scientific entry in this set.
Yeah, it's the idea that the class you're in causes your actions, as against your actions causing the class you're in. You're entirely right.
It completely gets agency out of the window, out of the picture, right? It makes people be nothing more than just drones, robots. No actual individual choices, no actual choice to be had. I mean, you remember the debate with Haas? It's the same shit here.
Yeah, and that makes me question, like, well, what do you consider a social problem? What does problem mean? Is it a moral term? Well, it can't be a moral term if your class causes your actions, because then you have determinism. So then you no longer have any sort of ethics. So what does a problem mean, right? What is the existential referent of problem? And this is why I would love to appear on a show like this, where I can try and ask some of these questions, like, well, what do you mean by that term? You know, what do you literally mean?
Violence, you can regress pretty much any issue on inequality, and I think that there's a pretty clear link that that's the problem in and of itself.
Every issue on inequality. That's, you know, I want to stop here because this is important. He said every issue. Like, our disagreements, right, are just because we're a different level on this hierarchy that they're imagining, right? Like, me and you disagreeing over some idea, right, that gets us into a clash. That's the same problem he's describing here. It's pretty nuts.
Mm.
And we try to compensate for that in many ways through distribution, but I think it'd be hard to make a case that something else is worse than economic inequality.
Yeah, I agree. It's a knock-on effect. You know, you have economic inequality. It leads to people being unstable in them being able to feed and house themselves. You know, being able to support their families, being able to.
I think these people just have like a Les Miserables view of crime, where every single crime is just some instance of stealing bread to feed hungry children. Like, I think that's their view of crime, and that's not it at all.
Yeah, they clearly have not seen any of the multitude of unfortunate events that happened, even this year, not even the years prior, right? But like the people who just murder for their own reasons, like, oh, like for instance, there's these leftist murders, there's these also incel murders. There's a lot of people out there that do commit things outside of the need for bread. Like, I'm pretty sure none of these people that I've mentioned, for instance, required bread and therefore they murdered for bread. No. They did it because of, the state couldn't give me a girlfriend or shit like that, right? There's multiple other reasons, and I don't know how those come from wealth inequality.
In fact, I'm doing a video summary of the Rape Gang Inquiry Report right now, which I recommend people read. I'm going through it right now. Read this report, or I suppose maybe not everybody would want to read this report, because it is, I mean, I did cry at multiple points reading this report. Some of the most harrowing, disgusting things you could ever pen are penned here. It is truly terrible, the things these people did. And
the worst part of it is that it was hidden for a long time.
It was hidden, in fact encouraged in some cases. There was one instance in this report, and I'm going to do a full summary of it if you don't want to read the thing, because it's a tough read. You're going to need to take breaks. There's one instance where the police officers returned a victim to her abusers and said, have fun with her, this being a child. It is the worst things I have ever heard about, read, seen. I mean, I've seen like live leak footage and stuff before, obviously. I'm an adult. I've been on the internet before. But I didn't know that people could be that evil.
And if people think you're really putting this lightly, I gotta jump in here and say, no, it's gruesome. It's the justifications these people came up with are nuts. But I think the even uglier part is not even this. It's how the state itself has allowed this to happen, and not just allowed it in the way that, okay, we didn't punish them, right? But actually made it worse. Like you said, the victims were brought back to their abusers is one thing, right? But then what's the justice delivered to the victims? None. There was none, because of it's if people are talking about systematic discrimination and whatnot, systemic discrimination, they don't know what they're talking about unless they read this shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's surprising given that there are so many of them are in the Epstein files, to be honest.
That is true as well.
And also the fact that the Prophet Muhammad was a child rapist, to be clear. Prophet Muhammad was a child rapist. Well, let me draw Prophet Muhammad real quick on stream.
Based.
Because they don't like that.
Yeah.
Let me open up GIMP. Create new image. Okay. And this is going to be my Prophet Muhammad. Paint. Size. That's... and this is my...
trying to like censor this stuff too. So like they're actively trying to help these grooming gangs.
That's what I was mentioning. That was, I think, the even more disgusting part of all of this is the fact that the state was like, we're not going to put out names because people are going to go out of them. The state has wanted specifically so people do not get vigilante justice against them. Because people know that if these guys had their names, addresses, whatever, published, right, people go after them because it's so vile what they've done. It's so vile that they know that they're gonna get fucked for it. But no, the state protects them. The state protects these abusers.
Put a bomb in his turban.
Yes, that's what's gonna get you.
And also like a long beard.
He's gonna have
It's a real durka.
a long beard. Oh, let me make some stink lines. And I'll give him a bomb.
I don't think you have a license to use GIMP and draw Prophet Muhammad.
Whoops, there's a fake
Prophet
PNG.
Muhammad is also copyrighted
Ofcom's gonna come after you.
by the State
There
of
we go.
Islam, Nation of Islam.
Yeah, that's my my Prophet Muhammad, guys. Got a big testicle beard. He's got stink lines. He's got a bomb. That's Prophet Muhammad. And there's a little child over here that he's keeping in a cage.
Yeah.
Survive. We live in a society that requires you to have a certain amount of money to survive in a livable.
What requires you to have a certain amount of money to live in a livable way? Survive in a livable way. Weird turn of phrase there. Survive in a livable way as against survive. What does
he want to live as? Does he want to live like a dog? Does he want to live like a... What does he want to live like?
But moreover, like, what causes that requirement? Well, it's scarcity, right? The fact of scarcity causes you to need a certain amount of wealth to survive in a livable way, I guess, as against surviving in an unlivable way. Not sure what that would mean. Scarcity causes that. That's a fact of reality. A is A. You can't just wish things into existence. Your consciousness doesn't, in fact, have primacy over reality. Okay? That's what capitalism doesn't cause that. No economic system causes that. The question is, how do we efficiently allocate scarce resources? That is the question. Not how do we make sure that people can wish things into existence. That's a fantasy, right? Go play your D&D game.
Yeah.
We do have some super chats. Let me go through this. There's this one from Griff19 I saw for $20. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm not alone in being emotional about the report. I personally know sexual assault victims, and it absolutely destroys their lives. It destroys them. It's almost on par with what I've read about the Cambodian genocide. Yeah, I mean, and it goes over this in the report, like how these people have been broken, and I'm not surprised that these people were broken. Like some of the things these women went through, these young girls. It is I can't say any more without actually causing a crime here. Like it is
Crime in air quotes.
Yeah, these people, they need to face justice. It is terrible.
Problem of all this is that it's for these victims, justice would be exceptionally hard to be met. Getting these people, the abusers, executed or putting them in jail for the rest of their lives would still not make up the victims.
Yeah, I mean, the things I'm making a summary video on it. I mean, if people don't want to read the report, you're going to hear some very, very terrible things when I release that video. I would very much recommend you at least watch the video, if not read the report as well.
How long is the report and what's the name of it?
It's let me pull it up. It is the Rape Gang Inquiry Report. You can find it on Rupert Lowe's Twitter page. It is 219 plus pages. Yeah, 219 pages.
Harrowing.
The victim testimonies, at the very least, I think, should be read by people because, I mean,
You said it was on Twitter. I just searched it on the search engine, and UK Parliament came up as the first option. Is that the one?
Let me see.
Or maybe they have removed stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, here we go. I've got the link here. I'll send it into the chat and also Word. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough read. Sure, take breaks.
Dang.
But yeah, so I've got another from Griff1 None for $2. Thank you very much. How do we get you on Jubilee? I'm not entirely sure. I have submitted myself for some of them, but I didn't get back. I don't know. I mean, I am not a US citizen, so it'd be very expensive for them to fly me out there, so not likely. Unless they want to do like a video centered around me.
The US is so amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone's-
the way that would happen is if I just get more clout. If I get enough clout, then they'll be willing to do it. Then we got Diego Amateur for 2,500 CLP. Thank you very much. Excuses. How am I supposed to trust socialists when all they give me are excuses? Indeed. We got Thunder Gaming 6342 for $5 US. Thank you very much. Pardon me. What are your thoughts on the Incredibles video I sent you? I remember watching it. I don't remember. Actually, what? It was something like how the Incredibles isn't objectivist. I remember getting pissed off at it because it wasn't understanding objectivism. I think that was my feelings at the time.
The video or Incredibles?
The video. The video
Right.
didn't understand objectivism. Then we got Griff1 None for $5 US. Thank you very much. During the George Floyd riots, I saw zero bread stealing to feed children. Yeah, it was mostly like stereo equipment, TVs, that sort of thing.
Things you need to live. It's a standard of living. Yeah.
Anywho, let's get back to this. I mean, is there a way for me to like, modify the speed? Playback speed. I mean, honestly, the speed of the video isn't actually the main determinant of how long this is taking. It's our tangent.
Yeah.